Hey guys, welcome to Alien World Aquatics. Hope you guys are having a good evening. People dropping in from the doctor's stream. I do have a cool topic to talk about tonight, I think, and I think you guys will be interested in it. But unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties with the lucky seahorse on her end for a moment. So she's trying to get in here. If she can get in, that would be awesome. If not, she's in the chat. Um, Thank you, my love, for trying to make that work. I know the technical difficulties can be frustrating, but thank you for doing that. I do appreciate you trying, and hopefully it'll work, and I'll bring her up here. I got my coffee ready. I got my Area 51 shirt ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for the stream, guys. So we do have Fission Tanks in the house. We got Chewy, Dead Fred, Dragon Lair, Dan again Aquatics. The Lucky Seahorse, of course. Sandy. Fish Whisperer in the house. What's going on, Fish Whisperer? And we got Thomas C. dropping in. Dead Fred says, love that Area 51 tank, by the way. Thank you. That's one of my favorite tanks. He's talking about the tank right over here is, I guess, the Alien or the Area 51 tank, and it's got that cool flying saucer, the alien skull, and a little Area 51 sign, and just tons of live plants. And tons of different shrimp. Let's see what else we got going on here. Fish Whisperer. All right, man. Keep it up, brother. There we go. I ran out of creamer, so I put vanilla ice cream in my coffee. And I recently discovered the joys of air frying things. I've had this air fryer in a box that I was given for free a long time ago, like a year ago, and I never opened it. And I randomly got inspired the other day to try it out, and that is awesome. It is incredible. I did a grilled cheese. I've done pancakes in there, corn dogs, potatoes, fries, onion rings. What else did I put in there? I don't know, but it's been so awesome. Air fryers are the way to go, man. I'm telling you. I'm obsessed. I'm probably going to air fry another corn dog after this stream. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. We got Big J in the house. What's going on, Big J? Dragon Lair. Make you some. I know, right? They're the best corn dogs I've ever had. Anyway, getting sidetracked from, I guess, supposedly the topic of the evening. Densely, welcome. So the stream has been labeled, UFOs, satellites, and fish. So I wanted to talk about, some fish and stuff, of course, but I did want to talk about something that I saw the other night, which I think was very interesting, and I did some research. The other night, Paige and I saw something strange that we could not explain, that we talked about on one of the last streams, but I was out the other night. It was probably like 5:30 in the morning, to be honest with you. It was still dark, and I looked up and I saw a satellite. So I've been looking for them, and you can kind of spot them. They go across pretty steadily across the sky and whatever. But then I saw another one, and then I saw another one, and they're all going in the same exact path. And I started to be like, what is this? This is weird. And then I saw two more flying pretty close together, like, like if this point and this point flying like this. And I saw those two, and they're all going the same direction. Then I saw another one, and then I saw another one, and ended up seeing at least a dozen in all going in the same line, spaced evenly, pretty much, I would say, except for those two that were close together. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I'm the UFO guy. I'm always looking for weird stuff in the skies, and I was like, well, what is this? I was like, there's got to be an explanation for this, or something that's reasonable, because I'd rather find out exactly what something is and not just be like, oh, everything's an alien. So I started doing some researching online about what that was, and actually, a lot of other people have seen that same thing, and it's been reported as UFOs. And what it actually turns out to be is the Starlink satellite system that's made by Elon Musk. And it's the same exact thing I was seeing on videos. And there's just a whole bunch of these satellites that have been launched that are going in orbit almost like a train. And it was just very interesting, I think, to be able to see something one night and be completely confused about what it was and have no idea. And then um, see something like this, which is like, you look at it, you're like, whoa, that's so weird. But then you do your research and you find out that it's actually just the satellites that, Elon Musk has been putting up there. So it's just I think, a very important thing that if you're going to look for UFOs or, be scanning the skies, I think it's important to know what you're looking at. Some people I know in the chat are talking about, you know, um, seeing things like Venus or things. Uh, but you got to know what you're looking at. That way you can because you can get so confused so easily, I believe, by looking at things in the sky. Just because I think our perspective on things from looking can be so distorted uh, by the atmosphere or by different lighting conditions. And I always just try to keep my head grounded when I see all these weird things. And I try to see if they're making different movements. Like, that's why the one that Paige and I saw was so weird, because that one went left, right, up, down, and went all the different directions you could possibly imagine. These are going in a straight line, all following each other, and I just thought it was very interesting. And I was like, man, this is something that I've got to figure out. Like, someone must have seen this too. So what I also did is I went to the website where you can actually track where that satellite system is. And I looked at it at just passed over the East Coast, which is exactly where I live, and it was exactly the direction that I was looking. So it's interesting how you can actually figure out what you're looking at up in space just by doing a little bit of research. Um, Even though I do believe that there are some things that are unexplainable flying around up there, uh, I think a lot of it can be explained. A lot of it can be explained with satellites or other aircraft, or black budget aircraft, or things that people haven't seen before. But I think it's just so easy to get fooled when going into this this field, I guess, or even just looking at the sky and trying to figure out what you're looking for. Let me jump back into the chat, making sure I'm not missing too much. Um, Fish Whisperer says, "Is that a pink tail?" That is a pink tail. It indeed. I like that. um, is that back tank? What about that back tank? That back tank is that bamboo tank in the back. And yes, I have been air frying everything. I know I'm far back on the chat. I'm gonna jump how fast I can here. Pink tailed Chalceus, how you say it? Um, Let me jump ahead. Yeah, that's what is the fishtail? Yeah, pink tailed Chalceus. Da-da-da. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my love. And yeah, there's definitely some planets and things you can see, Dead Fred, right now. There's some cool stuff. Mm-mm. Was green and red lights and white lights on the back of it when it's circled. What are we talking about? Hold on. Let me go back up here. I seen that thing in the sky. It wasn't real helicopter. What's happening here? The Leo constellations. This is why research is important. Yeah, exactly. You got to know what you're looking at. The doctor is in. What's going on? Hope you are doing well, sir. Good stream. Ah, thank you, Danikin. I appreciate that. Coming from you, that means a lot. Because I know my fish room is nothing compared to the Danikin Aquatics. Yeah, I got a parrot cichlid. My blood parrot Shubster in the back there. He's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. What's going on, F and S? I'm not sure if I said hi before. Can't remember. Um, really, stream freezes when my question gets selected. I guess we are anti-geosync. What? Fish Whisperer in the paludarium right now is a beta and some shrimp and some tiny baby guppies. But the plan is to make that for newts. I just do not have the top for that tank. It's a 36-gallon bow front, and a lot of my tanks I bought used or had given to me for free or almost for nothing. So that one did not have the top, and I don't want to put newts in there and have them just get loose and run around my house. So I got to get a top, and then I got to find a good spot to get newts because my local fish stores are telling me they don't really get them. So I got to find a good way to ship them, and it is getting warm enough to do the shipping now. So I might need to do that. Put tape, you say? Put tape on glass? I don't know about all this, man. Leo equals anti-geosync. Okay, what's happening? All right. You guys are talking about your own thing. Welcome, GRB. Yes, as a barrier. I mean, I do have a makeshift top on there, but it's not like, foolproof, and you got to make sure these newts don't escape and stuff. Ah, the fish tropic has dropped in. Never compare what you do to what someone else does. I don't know, man, but I know some people are like more advanced and professional with their tanks. I kind of just do what I think or hope is best for the fish, but also something that looks unique to my style of how I like to do things. And I guess if it were a breeding room, a breeding fish tank room, it would look a lot more different. But since I decided to basically surround my couch with these main tanks, and I just figured I, would want them to be interesting to look at when you're sitting on the couch or, looking in a stream like this. I would want them to be something that you look at any angle and you can see some kind of cool fish. The space station is pretty cool when it goes by. Have you seen that? Yeah, that's actually one of the first thing that came up when I was searching for those satellites or what it could possibly be. That was the first thing, and I knew that it wasn't that. I've actually seen that before, and actually can get really bright, like really, really bright. So that is a really cool thing to see. You can actually track when it's going to be over your area. But that's definitely not what it was. I'm 100% that it was those uh, satellites from Elon Musk. Thomas C, I swear I miss it every time it's supposed to be passing by. You got to set an alarm. That's the point, though? I suppose so. I know what you mean. Ah, the Zen Ginger, what's going on? Well, fell asleep at the end of Dr. Black and just woke up and everyone was gone. I'm going to have to go to bed soon. All good, Zen Ginger. If your body is making you pass out, it's time to get to sleep. The Lucky Seahorse says, hi, Zen, good morning. Uh, I'm going to go practice braiding the hair myself. Wow, all right. All right. Mm. He has that effect on people? Mm. Lucky Seahorse, have you had a chance to restart the computer and give that a go? So I guess one other thing I was considering, uh, so this tank behind me here, I was talking the other night that I was going to take these angels that were breeding and put them in there. And that would be, I guess, the tank that would be for breeding fish, something that I was going to try to breed. And then I saw Aquamate, his video portion on King and Queen cichlids, his favorite cichlids. His video showing his crebensis made me realize how badly I need to actually get back on that and start trying to breed crebensis and trying to find a really nice pair. But the video that Aquamate had up was just gorgeous, gorgeous crebensis. I know they're some of the more common fish, but I don't know. I think that might be, man. If I could breed one fish, I think that would be probably it. They're just, I feel like they're so underrated, and I don't know. Maybe some of the people that have been in the fish hobby for longer can tell me, but you know, did was Crebensis like a thing where they were more expensive when they first were kind of like, I guess not getting released, but becoming more popular, and then everybody bought them, and then they stopped, or is it like just because they're so easy to breed that people feel like I don't want them because they're not a challenge? I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I really need to get that tank going for Crebensis. I think I've got my mindset. I just don't think like I could let those angels breed, and I just feel like it was kind of a spontaneous thing, but I don't know. It wasn't something I was really actively trying to do. I really wanted to try to breed the Crebensis and see kind of the behavior of how the parents take care of the kids, the baby fish anyway, because I hear that's and seen videos of how cool that can be, and they're just such a beautiful fish. And Dr. Black, I don't see that as a problem. I mean, I don't see that as a problem at all. Um, I mean, there's always room for more fish tanks, right? Hey, what's up, Anthony? Welcome into the stream. Uh, Daniken says I have some really nice rainbow crebensis. I don't, that's the other thing is when I first started getting into them, I didn't know how many kinds there were. The local fish store that I first saw them at were yellow belly crebensis, and then I found a really cool male at a different local fish store that was really big for a crebensis and just beautiful. And I need to get that going. So I need to look into the exact ones I want and just make that happen. I guess I gotta just order them, but I don't know. I guess I want to hand pick them too. But I've been back to the local fish store that I was going to a bunch of times, and they kept telling me they were going to get some crebensis in, and they just don't. So I don't know. And I haven't obviously been out to a fish store in forever now since of what's going on. So I don't know. I might just have to order one in the meantime. I'm not sure. But I'd have to order from someone that I really trusted to like pick out a really nice male and a really nice female, not someone that I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna be picky like that. I don't know, but I guess everyone's gonna be trying to be picky like that. But I just want like the best ones to start with. Uh, uh, uh. Let's see. They have been in the hobby a long time, and the issue is that they have an interesting breeding strategy in the wild that goes along with the rainforest of Africa. Interesting. FNS says I have 4 rainbow cribs that I hope to breed. Yeah, man. I just keep every time I hear the word crib, I get jealous again. I'm just like, man, I need to get them again, and I just don't know why. And now I have that tank right there that's all ready to go. There's like 3 shrimp in there, and like plants. So I need to get them. Unless anybody wants to donate mail shipment to the Alien World fish tank. Um, that brings me up to another topic I've thought about doing. I don't know if anyone in the fish family has done this before, but I was thinking about having a fish tank that would be completely designed by the fish community, and the people, you know, that come to the live chats and things like that. Like, so that people could have, input into what goes in there or what kind of a tank it should be, but also if, they wanted to donate fish that would go in there, that would be cool. But I didn't know if anyone's ever done that, like a a fish fam tank designed by the fish fam. And I thought that would be a very interesting thing to do so people could kind of see it designed by everybody, and everybody would be able to, pitch a little tiny thing in, whether it be a filter, that they like to put in there, or this is the heater that I wanted in there, or whatever it might be. But I thought that might be interesting to run by people and see if anyone's either done that, or maybe they think I should, try to clear a tank out to do that so that everyone can kind of make it together. But maybe they also think that's lame. Um, let's see. I'm missing some chat. People should learn how to keep their fish alive before buying other fish tanks. That's just my opinion. It's true. Who whistles while they mow grass? This guy mowing out my paddock does. Nice. What's up, Tampa Tom? Best bet, order unsexed juvies, get like 5 or 6, and pick your pair from the group once they grow. That's sound advice, Mr. Slee. That's sound advice. Ah, Dead Fred. Look at that. Look at you on top of things. He says next Maryland sighting opportunity for the International Space Station is Thursday, April 23rd at 5:30 a.m. Yeah, that's late, but sometimes I'm up. Time for sleep. What's up, Chronicles, and good night. Have a good one. I hope I didn't miss you up in the chat earlier, but thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. If you want to learn about fish, you should contact people that actually specialize in these species also. Indeed. I like that. That's one of the things that I really like about being part of the fish community on here is that, you can so easily Google information and find an overload of information, but there's so many experts on here that can point you in the right direction when they're more of a specialist in a certain area or a certain fish or a certain plant or a certain whatever. That's why I really enjoy getting my information that way instead of just Googling things all the time. Let's see. In the wet season, there are more males are produced when the water is hotter, and the dry season because they leaching tannins from more females. Interesting. Woo! Look at this. I think there might be a possibility. What's going on here? Hello?
Hi.
Oh, yeah. It's working. There we go.
But I have headphones.
That's fine.
I
That works fine.
don't know why it's not acting right today.
Welcome, the lucky seahorse. I wish I had that button that could do like the applause button, like woo. Indeed.
Thank you for adding me. Hi, everyone.
Been done, but hey, go do it again. Do it, Scott. I'll donate. That's funny. Sounds like a cool idea. Zen says, Alien, they're unsexed and they only have 4, but I love Live Fish Direct. Do you like rainbow cribs? If so, check this one out. I'll definitely check that out when the stream is done. I'll go back and look at that. I've never, I haven't done a lot of ordering of fish online because I have a plethora of local fish stores around here that I could go to. I mean, it's literally ridiculous. I mean, I would say there's 5 to 6 legit local fish stores, plus there's probably 8 to 10 PetSmart and Petco's that I could go to. This is all within an hour's driving in any direction, so it's absolutely ridiculous. And I even like what Rob from Flip Aquatics was saying on MTA's stream tonight, if you can find stuff locally, get it locally because they're used to your water, they're used to, you know, uh, things like that. So I do think it might be better, but there's certain things that I just like want particular things, and I'm like, I just want to get it from this one person because I know they're really good. Like I would always order from Dan's Fish. I know Dan's Fish. His fish are amazing. I won fish from him, so I got to see what his shipping and what his fish are like and how well they're being taken care of before I even had to buy anything. So it's it's an interesting thing for me to get some shipping going for fish, but I'm down to try and see how it goes. He says, sounds like a winner. Go for it. Have a good night, Chris.
Bye.
When you were at the auction, were there any books being auctioned off? There were no no books being auctioned off, or no dry goods or anything. To be honest, I didn't know if that would be happening, but there was plenty of books, I think, being sold at the regular thing. Did you see any, baby?
I don't remember any books.
I thought I saw when you walked into the right where they had all those other decorations and other dry goods, and
Yeah,
I think they had some books there.
I mean, they could have. I wasn't like looking for books, so maybe I didn't see them, but I don't remember seeing them.
We got the seahorse. Yay, it's the lucky seahorse.
Aww. You guys are so sweet.
Those people I talk about do not even have YouTube channels, but when Googled, you can find them, or through great channels that deal with clubs. I'm not sure what we're talking about anymore. I'm confused. Welcome, Paige, Big J. Yeah, everyone's happy now.
That's so nice.
Just want Paige to have a seahorse aquarium. No, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. The Zen Ginger putting up that link.
We'll
very nice. Thank you. You work at a fish store. Very cool, Fish Whisperer.
Oh, that's cool.
I used to work at a Petco in college way back in the day. You guys are so nice being welcomed. I prefer online. Even if I had to go to the local fish store, way easier to get quality lines online. Yeah, that's the thing, because you're getting specific things too. I think the more advanced you get in the hobby, the more picky you probably get. And when you see something that someone has, you just want to order it and be like, that's what I want, and just get it. But I don't know. Yeah, they're limited to what they can actually get in. I mean, a lot of the times when I've gone to a store and they don't have what I want, they'll be like, well, I can just order it for you. And I'm like, okay. But that is kind of another step. Then they order it, then you go back there, and it's like, okay, if I'm going to order, I may as well just order it to myself.
And it's hard because like they can pick out something that they think you'll like, but you may not have necessarily picked out that fish,
Mm-hmm. Why? Just kidding. You spent this live stream, and you've been in here for a while. You're just getting the notification? Wow. Maybe because you beat the notification in there.
Yeah, you're too quick for them, Fred.
Yeah, Fish Tropic. Dan has good fish. He actually understands medicine and treatment. That's one thing I know is he's had fish that have been, medicated and taken care of for a long time. And I know they're going to be good when they come out. And I trust that source for shipping. But I guess I'm just wary on some of these other places to ship from. And especially if they're coming from real far away, I don't know. But
it makes sense.
I know that pet place or that fish place online is not far. I believe they're the biggest retailer of fish, I believe, and they're on the East Coast in Pennsylvania, I think. I have to look it up. But that would not be a bad idea. But I need, people to recommend that. And that's why I've been hesitant on getting newts too. It's not only just because of that top, but because I'm not big on ordering fish online, so I'm even more sketchy about ordering amphibians online. I don't know how that is good.
It's weird to think about them shipping.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's done a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Big J Dan, I'm looking forward to my job. If you can name it, the boss man can get it. Yeah. I'm sure. That's the thing. They can order a lot of cool things that we necessarily can't get. but sometimes you see something online, you're like, I just have to have this. Buy Fish Direct is where I got my angels and a pistos and some rams. Josh over there is awesome. They'll work with you if you have some specifics. Interesting. Okay, I'll definitely check into that too. Oh no, look at this. They keep bringing it up. He doesn't know. He doesn't know
Keep
because
bringing it up until
Fish Whisperer. This has been an ongoing thing. Listen, everybody wants me to get her seahorses, and I have promised to
have
get
to
her
live
a
up to the
seahorse
name,
tank.
you know? I'm a fraud right now. I don't have any seahorses.
And
I'm
right
not
now,
lucky.
there's just there's no funds for a seahorse tank. I mean, we could potentially convert that 44-gallon into a saltwater tank. It's just I do not have the funds for that at the moment.
I know.
And I also, consider seahorses to be very advanced. So I want to make sure that I would do it the right way the first time.
Yeah, I don't want to lose any seahorses.
I haven't done saltwater fish tanks since 2003. Between 2003 and 2005, I had a saltwater fish tank, but it's been a long time, so I would need help making sure the seahorse tank was really good. I know Father Fish has seahorses. I was looking at a video of his. I think I showed you that. Maybe not. I can't remember, but he has seahorses that are just adorable with their tails hooking together and just hanging out together.
Oh, you know what? You told me you would show me, but then you didn't.
I'm sorry. But I really do love seahorses too, because they do not only because the love of my life wants a seahorse, but I do think they fit in with the alien fish theme for sure. They are such a strange creature.
And the males have the biggest.
They're so beautiful. Dan says, I mean, more along the lines of specific lines. I'm picky, but I do support my local food store. Everything else, the tissue culture plants. I know. You're a mad scientist, sir. You know what you're doing.
Nice.
Like my shrimp. No local fish store even carry them. I knew that. You know, that's funny, Dan. I knew that's what you were thinking. I was like, exactly what Dan's going to want for his shrimp is going to be very picky. He wants this. I have seen some of those things. So private breeders and owners have medicine on hand are the only way to go. Wet Spot Portland is good, and they sell quality fish. See, that's the other thing, Dan, again. So I live in Maryland on the East Coast. I feel hesitant a little bit from buying fish that are across the entire country. Like, that's about as far away as you could get in America, So I don't even know if it's a big deal. I mean, some of these fish, they're like, oh, they'll be fine for, 24, 48 hours, maybe 3 days in these bags. But if I'm thinking about ordering newts, how long can newts stay in these bags? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Hey, my buddy, the Ed has arrived.
Hey, Ed.
That was a really cool interview with Flip Aquatics over there, Ed, that you did with Multi-Tank Addiction. That was really, really cool. Always cool to see you be the co-host of the streams over there, buddy.
Ed is an awesome co-host.
So don't worry, Paige. Big J says, I got seahorses for sale at work right now, and he's going to drive them over to my house and set up the fish tank as well for free and everything. So don't worry. They're on the way.
That's
from
so
Big
nice
J.
from Big J. Thank you.
Big J is on the way.
Thanks, Big J. That's awesome.
Right, Big J? Yeah, please. Ha Whoa! I just highlighted too many things in my chat. There we go. You better put a hovering UFO in that seahorse tank. You know what? The only cool hovering UFO that I've seen for fish tanks so far has been with that really corny cow. And look, I like putting UFOs and like things in my tank, but it can't be too cheesy. I mean, some people don't like that I have a Stargate probably and like alien skulls and a UFO already in the tank, but I can't have plastic cows in the tank. I don't know. Or maybe I can.
Or maybe I can. What if it's a really nice cow?
I don't know. Hey, Ed, where's Fever? Yeah, where's the fish room Fever? Fish FNS says, use the bamboo tank, Scott. Oh, man.
Oh, baby.
I know, man. I
I'm
want to.
sorry.
But here's the thing. I am trying to sell that. So I do have it posted for sale in a couple of different places. And I know that if I say, screw it, it's not selling right now, and I just make it the terrarium that I wanted, I guarantee I put the last, like, detail of a plant in that tank, and I get like a ding on my phone, and it's like a response for someone that wants to buy it, and it's set up, and I'm like, man, I just set it up now, though. Like, now it's not for sale anymore. Once I set it up, I mean, once I set that
That
thing
is how
up,
it goes.
I'm telling you, because once I set that thing up, there's going to be like fog and waterfalls and all sorts of crazy stuff in there. So if I set it up, it goes off the seller's list.
I didn't want you to sell it anyway.
I know, and you don't want me to sell it, but
because it's so unique, and you wanted that bamboo tank for a long time.
I know. I know. FNS, you hit a nerve there.
The treasure.
I was like, I know, man. You know? The bamboo tank. I know, man. I know. Jeez.
We're gonna have some visitors, it looks like.
That's
Awesome.
interesting. You know, I never actually thought to think about that. What are the prices for seahorses? I never even thought
Yeah,
about
but they're
that.
not cheap.
Big J says $49.99 each. That's not terrible,
Yeah,
I would say.
I could
That's
see it
not
being
like
worse.
something that I would think is crazy price for them.
I could see it being worse.
But then again, when I think about getting into it, I start getting deep. I start getting a little bit Dan Slee. I'm like, I want to get a little picky. I'm like, well, what kind of seahorses are there? I'm like, what colors are they have? What breeding lines are there? I'm like, like, you know. So I want to
it's good to find out everything you can.
Find out all different kinds. Wow! Oh my goodness! I'm so far behind in the chat. Thank you, Zen. Father Fish Seahorses video. Appreciate that.
Nice.
Scott King and Quinn Cichlids knows stores close to you that are top type stores. What? Top type? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
top type?
like the best stores in the area.
Yeah, but that's going to be partly some of my ones too. Except they did a nice tour at that fish place or that pet place. They did a huge tour of that place. It's nuts. James from Fisherman Fever has been working tons of hours during the crisis. Oh, man.
Aww.
Newt, they mostly come out at night. Mostly. You know what that's from? That's a quote from Alien. The movie
man.
Alien. The little girl in Alien.
Oh, that's awesome.
Was named Newt, and she was like, they mostly come out at night. Mostly.
Oh, that's so appropriate. Good
So
job,
creepy.
Tampa Tom. I like it.
Hey, good job, Tampa Tom.
Yeah, that deserves some credit.
Road trip, Big J. Yes.
They're coming.
Yes. Danican Aquatics says he'll be in the car with you because he's bringing the equipment to set up the discus tank.
Oh, true. Discus and seahorses. Nice.
Yeah, and he's also gonna, and they're both like they're both gonna stop and pick up anybody else that's willing to dig a pond in the backyard.
Well, I already have some duties too.
Steven at SE Aquatics will order you fish, and I believe he's on the East Coast. He's shipping me more new fish next week.
Nice.
Right now, the issue, I suppose, is the dollar bills, y'all.
I showed Scotty my account earlier.
Oh, man.
I shouldn't tell people this.
Oh, it's dark right now. It's dark right now. It's fine, though. You know what's funny? Because, like...
0.00.
It's fun, but it's funny because, honestly,
this was negative.
It's like times are tough right now, but I feel like for us, there's like also personal cool stuff going on. That's going on for us that we don't need to get into on the chat, but like some cool stuff going on there. And I just feel like with all this stuff, like
we don't need as much money right now.
And I feel like, to be honest, the funny thing is like after getting so much extra sleep, it's hard to be stressed out when you're getting so much extra sleep and you're like not getting up to like, you know, have to be so many different places all the time.
Don't say it.
It's nice. I don't know. It's just funny, man. Having a good time.
I know. I do feel much less stressed.
Big J, yes. You driving, Danikin? Sweet. What? That Skull Rocks, bro. Back to the Area 51. Thank you. I appreciate it, Dead Fred.
It's so
I
cool.
just I don't know why I get so insecure about like some people like just think that anything that's fake in a fish tank makes it look very amateur-y or very stupid. They like, you know, a pristine tank with just, you know, a realistic theme
Well,
with
that's
live
their
plants.
opinion, baby. You have your own style.
Um,
Everyone has their own style.
we would be there in about 48 to 50 driving hours straight through. All right, it's fine.
Come on down.
Unless we set cruise at 100. Let's, all right. I don't know if they should. You know what? I don't think cars should let you set the cruise at 100 because you shouldn't be just like chilling at 100 where you're like, oh, let me set this at cruise so I can like get my coffee sipped easier.
Well, they got to take care of the fish in the car and stuff.
Oh boy.
They got to attend to those.
Dan again says, Dan, sleep. What part of the country are you in? Silicon Valley. Whoa. You could get a sea dragon. Oh, Chewy brings that up because you brought that up too, babe. Remember?
What did I bring up?
You told me about the sea dragons. Remember you were talking about the
Oh,
pictures
those things
of those?
are cool. Yeah.
It says a sea dragon for about $3,000. He says.
For real?
That's what Chewy says. But do a lot of research with seahorse. No corals, anything that can sting them. Yeah, I would definitely not do corals in the seahorse tank. That I know. Ed, yes, you can come. Yes. Yes. Man, Ed, I'm excited to talk to Ed. I hope I can talk to Ed about football soon.
I know you were saying the other day.
Dude,
I got
no one to talk to football about. Like
What?
most of my friends,
I
like
like football.
don't. No, I mean you like it too, but like most of my friends like don't care. Like my friend Josh. And a bunch of my friends used to play fantasy football with me, but like they're all dropping out and just like not paying attention. So like I have a mission to play fantasy football for money this year, number one. And then I also wanted to have a fish family fantasy football league. So hopefully we can get that going. But every time I see that red beard, I just get like, I start thinking about the Chiefs and I'm like, let's go Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, let's do this. Damian Williams. I'm like, man, I just like that team a lot.
I did really well in fantasy football though this past year.
You did do really well. What did you come in? You came in third, right?
Yeah, but I was like undefeated number one.
Yeah,
for most of the season.
You destroyed people. It was awesome.
So I want to play again.
Thomas C says, "I'll pick you up." Wow, we have some awesome people.
Oh my God, Thomas C and Ed.
This is gonna be a party.
Yay! That'll be fun.
Gotta get my pizza. Be right back. Go for it. Dollar bills. Dr. Black should be on the way also. All right, Dr. Black, awesome. Here's the challenge. You have to get to my house before Danikin and Big J. All right, ready? The race begins.
Let's see who wins.
Now.
Suddenly the chat. No one's in the chat.
Whoever gets here first gets a cold adult beverage.
Nice.
Oh boy, you sure you weren't showing my account page? Oh man. Hey, listen, my account
real, Dr. Black.
Was for real, not far behind yours. Recon, what's going on, buddy? I don't know if I actually said officially hi to you. I did notice you in there. Cichlid23, what's going on? Oh, you're talking about Thomas C there. I'm hopping into people's conversations. Fuel the chopper. Yes, fuel the chopper. Big J, you like football? All right, sweet. So I wonder, actually, everybody, I want to do a quick poll in this chat. So there's 17 people watching, it says. If you would be down to be in a fantasy football league this year, put a double thumbs up in the chat. I want to see that. Who's down for that? Because if we do that, then I'll start shooting some messages out to people and get it set up so we can actually have a little fun one. And it doesn't have to be for money, guys. We can just do one for fun. I was just planning on doing a money one kind of separately. with like randos online because none of my friends wanted to do it for money. So we can just do it for fun. So don't worry about having to know a ton about football. If you just want to do it just for fun and you've never done fantasy football before, that's fine too. But I would love to do it with some people that actually know. Fish tropic, yeah, I could go either way. I mean, it's fine. I'm not like an expert at fantasy football. I'm not saying I'm going to come and destroy everybody. But what are you talking about, Shuey? It's America.
What's the CFL?
We talk.
What's
America.
CFL?
The Canadian Football League. We ain't watching no. It's America. Mm. I love all my Canadian people. They're awesome. I love Canada, but
you don't love their football.
But for sure, we're watching the NFL instead. I love my Canadian people for sure. And if I had to leave America for some reason, I'd probably go to Canada. They have like the nicest people ever.
Baby, do they not like tackle each other in the CFL? Because they're too nice.
Oh no! Oh no! Do they not tackle each other? That's harsh. For fun? I mean, yeah, anything. If most people just want to do it for fun, guys, if you just want a fun league, that's absolutely fine. The reason that I created it for my friends in the first place, we never played for money. I was just trying to do something that would help us kind of stay more in touch with each other because everyone's kind of all over the East Coast and all over the country. So I just wanted to kind of do that. But I would love to do that with you guys too. And I did do a Fish Fam League this past year, but I didn't have a lot of the people that are, the main people that are in the chat now, or a lot of the people we talk to here. But let's see if someone's down here.
I put my 2 thumbs up in the
You got yours. So we got Big J. Shoot, man, 2,500 miles. We have plenty of time before we get there. Danigan says, go Vikings. Yeah, Vikings are going to be an interesting team this year. Poor XFL shut down again. I know, man, and I was trying to give it a chance. Dead Fred, I was trying to give it a chance. Man, the XFL.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely interesting. They had some interesting rule changes and things like that. So,
was it shut down before this time?
No, it's the coronavirus.
No, but he said again.
Well, they tried to start up the XFL like a couple of different times, and it just got shut down. Daniken says he plays DraftKings. I've never tried DraftKings before. Dead Friends did it in for fun. But yeah, Big J, Thomas C's in. Oh, sweet.
Woo-woo.
Yes. That would be awesome. Yeah, guys, I guess for real, anyone that legit wants to be in the league, send me an email at alienworldaquatics@gmail.com, and I will have your email that way, and I can set up the league and send you the group invite to the league through that email. So anyone that's in, send me an email at alienworldaquatics@gmail.com. Aquatics.
I am the Water Boys in the fantasy.
That is your name is good. Your name is the Water Boys. I like that.
Even though I'm a girl.
That's so funny. Okay, I've been quiet, but down with football. I know it's funny. Some people just really, their eyes glaze over when they hear about football. They're just like, ah. And I get it because I feel that way about some sports. Like when people start talking about like soccer or baseball, I'm just like, I just can't.
To each their own.
I do not believe in waving at your mom in the stands for fair catch, and you don't even have to catch the ball. I'm not trying to throw shade on the Canadian Football League, but come on, man. If we doing fantasy football, we doing the real deal.
America.
Okay, peeps, where do you get these thumbs?
Aw. You know how to emoji?
You don't live in Alabama where football is God, and yeah, I'm sure it's easy to get overloaded. In some places where football is everything, I'm sure it could get overloaded. Poker tournament? See, I don't really care about betting on poker. It's never really done it for me.
You rather play 10,000?
Yeah, that's true. We do need to do that someday. Has anybody in the chat ever heard of the dice game called 10,000? I bet you guys haven't, but just curious. Football? I love football. Good. Yeah, the original XFL was scripted. Yeah, interesting. Uh.
Oh.
College football is king here in Alabama. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, there's some places that it's just king. It's just what everything revolves around. And it's not really like that around here as much. There's just so much diversity, I would say. I mean, I live, within range of 2 teams. I mean, I can pretty much go to the Baltimore Ravens or the Washington Redskins in the same distance, pretty much. But let's be honest. I mean, it's hard being a Redskins fan, man, right now in the past
Yeah, it
couple
is.
seasons. I mean, I'm not giving up on them. I'm not giving up on them, but it's just tough. It's tough to
Maybe you
watch, man.
should.
It's tough to watch, but I do like the Ravens, though. They're a really fun team to watch. You used to play it in high school. Nice.
Nice.
You played 10,000? Really? Fish Tropic 4, 5, 6. Yep. Dice.
Oh, nice.
10,000. Yeah. I don't know any other dice games really besides that one. Never played quarters. That sounds familiar. I played beer pong. Wow. Oh man, the hour has flown by.
Wow.
It has flown by. You played with 5 dice. We played 10,000 with 6 dice. And I was thinking about doing a stream with the lovely Paige where we were playing either cards or dice, and we can have I have to get the camera set up correct so you could see like us from like this kind of a view, but also have a close up on the dice or on the cards. But I have to do some trial and error and see if that'll actually work or not.
Oh gosh.
But I'm not sure.
Make a fool out of myself. Even more
so much fun. It is so much fun. But yeah, I'm interested to see if I actually should try to make a fish family sponsored fish tank. What do you think about that? Because I wasn't live with you in the thing. What would you think about that? Since you've seen a lot of my tanks here, and I've been thinking about maybe like trying to let them set one up. You know what I mean? As a cool project for everyone else. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I've seen all your fish tanks. What do you mean?
No. So I said earlier in the chat, I was saying, or in the stream, I was saying how it would be cool, or I wondered if people thought it might be interesting for me to have like a fish family sponsored fish tank, meaning one of my fish tanks I could basically start from scratch and have everybody in the fish family either give recommendations on what to put in it, or have people donate items or fish or livestock or anything to the tank, and it would be a tank basically made by the people in the chat.
Yeah, that would be cool. Is that something that some people do in the fish fam?
I don't know. I just thought about it as an idea. I mean, I think Fish Tropics said that it's been done before. I don't know who's done it. I guess everything's been done before, I guess, per se. But I thought it might be interesting to do that one day and just see.
So it would either be them suggesting or requesting that you have certain fish, or they would buy the fish for you to keep.
Well, some people here in the chat or part of the fish fam breed certain fish. And they might be willing to send them, or I don't know. I mean, maybe one person's like, hey, I have a little bit of a Anubias I can send you. Someone's like, hey, I have this cool long fin bristle nose to give for the tank, and someone else is like, hey, I happen to have these really cool guppy strains that I wanted to give for the tank. I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and have it be a tank that was kind of made by everyone here, and I don't know. I just thought it might be cool.
And you can do like like updates every so often to show
Yeah,
everybody what you have in the tank.
yeah. I just think it'd
Yeah,
be
I think it's a good idea.
kind of like an interactive tank for everyone to kind of have a say in, per se.
It'd be fun.
Not that I'd be able to make everybody happy. I'm sure not everyone will get what they wanted or things like that, but
I wouldn't get seahorses.
uh,
I'm just kidding.
hey,
No,
listen,
I like the idea.
if for some reason someone's like, "Hey, I'm sending you everything that you need to set up a seahorse tank," do it. I would 100% make it happen, but I don't think we see in seahorse equipment show up in the mail. Um, but I also do think um, I need to find out what size tank people think is good for how many seahorses should be in there. Like, I don't know how much is a good group of seahorses, or should you just have a pair,
Yeah,
or
I'm
should
not
it
sure.
just,
I gotta do some
I
more
know it shouldn't
research.
just be one, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I do like that idea. That's you came up with that today?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a little while. I thought I don't know which fish tank I would do, but I just think it would be interesting to get the ideas of other people and have something that's created not by me, um, and see how other people are doing. And it kind of would be like, how like sometimes people have, like, I guess rappers or artists, like, and singers will have like a bunch of different, like, people like do a couple lines in their song.
Uh-huh.
Like, how like Little Dicky does that, like in that
Yes.
song, how he has a whole
Yes.
bunch of different people. It's kind of like having a
I like it.
song where the whole bunch of guest artists step in and say a line,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like that in like a fish tank where, like, these are the plants from Dan Slee, and this is the thing from Zen Ginger, and this is the thing from that. I don't know. I just think it would be so
That'd be
cool to
really
have
cool.
like a guest artist fish tank. I don't
I
know.
like it.
I don't know. And I feel like I would be like so adamant about making sure that fish tank was
I
perfect, because it
know,
would be
right?
like from everybody that like pitched in to do it.
Yeah, right.
Um,
There'd be more pressure to like make sure they stay alive.
can I use my wrench to delete an Auburn fan? Oh man, that's a funny thing about football. I never really got into that, or like in sports. I never got into like hating other teams that much. Not really. Never
Yeah,
seemed to
you
make
kind
any
of
sense.
appreciate like the players and
Especially in the NFL, everyone's being traded all over the place all the time. Like
yeah,
yeah. After playing fantasy football for a number of years now, I've become fans of the players more than fans of teams.
yeah.
And when I am fan of a team, it's because they're interesting or exciting to watch. Like, I like to watch the Ravens and the Chiefs because they're just exciting to watch. Even if you don't know football or like football, I think if you watch those teams, you see something fun. You see something
Yeah,
very entertaining. Uh,
yeah, I get that.
let's see. I'm trying to get back on this chat. You guys are so fast. With the size of this family, you better have 1,000-gallon. I
Nice.
know,
Well, I don't
Danik, and
think
that's
you'd
the
mind to
thing.
have a thousand
That's the
dollars
thing. I would have to have
a gallon tank.
a tank that could do that. I was considering doing that if I'm gonna do this, maybe with a 70-gallon acrylic tunnel tank. Maybe I could do that and move some things around and have that be the community tank for them. But then it's not being seen in the streams as much unless I really went over and sat by the bar. I don't know.
The bar, yeah.
Dr. Black says that's where the idea would be choice if people sending in the goods. Yeah, it would be cool, and I think it would be more meaningful if people were sending me, things that they were proud of. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good at making this, or breeding this, and I think that would be really interesting to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Fish family seahorse tank, you might actually be onto something there. Hey, man, I think that would be amazing. I think it's probably a little bit pricey for people to be donating for seahorse stuff, but I will
Let
make
them
it
decide.
happen if people really wanted to.
Let them decide, babe.
Dragon Lair says, have you seen rainbow pipefish? I have not, but I am intrigued by pipefish. The other thing is, I'm sure everybody's seen this video online. If you haven't, I think I've brought it up before, but I know I've showed you Paige a while ago of something called a garden eel fish tank, and it's the a fish
Yeah.
tank with all those eels sticking
Sticking up.
out of the sand.
Yeah.
I would
It's
love to have
crazy.
a garden eel tank. That was
I
just so
know.
cool to me.
That was
Like
super cool.
that was like a really alien looking like world, like where you like come down on a planet and like there's just these alien things sticking up.
That was super cool.
Yeah,
What kind of you said? What kind of eels were they?
garden eels.
Garden
I
eels.
believe they're called garden eels.
Yeah, I remember that video. That's so cool.
But you know what's funny, Dr. Black? As soon as I was saying I don't hate any football teams, I was like, but the Philadelphia Eagles kind of do make you cringe. If you have more than one team in your state, you have to pick one. So the Cowgirls can suck it. He says the females have a rainbow flap on the belly. They flash to get the males to breed with them. Ooh,
Ooh, flashy.
yeah,
So finally, the
they're all
females
flirting with
get
the
to.
males.
Finally, the females get to show off.
That is so funny. You always get like a little bit salty when you find out that like certain like male fish or animals,
It's
like
a
the
lot of
males
them. The
always get to look
birds
the
and the
best,
fish.
like they get the flashy colors. You're like, how come the girls don't get the colors? And like,
Yeah, like a lot of these birds and fish that we find.
yep.
The
Yeah, I
males
pointed
have
out
such cool
we were
colors, and the
outside.
girls are plain looking.
We were outside the other day, and I was like, "Hey, look at that male cardinal!" And you were like, "How do you know it's male?" I was like, "Because it's more bright. It's the bright red." And you're like, How come he gets to have the bright red one?"
It just is very, it's like the opposite of people. It's like women, wear the makeup and the bright colors and accessorize and all this and
Dr. Black says, "I've got a rainbow flap on my belly too." All right, buddy. Is that like the reverse of a tramp stamp? A belly stamp?
a rainbow flap.
Must
It's
be an
funny.
Aussie thing, you know? Oh man. I'm not sure if there's anything else I wanted to go over tonight. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up? I know you joined in a little bit late because of the technical difficulties, but is there anything else you wanted to talk about tonight before we wrap it up?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Have you done any more of your jewelry stuff yet?
I have not yet. I need
Not
to get
yet.
more supplies. First, I
Yeah,
need
I guess we
money.
are on hold on the supplies, but I know we
Money
do
and
have some cool
supplies
things.
and
You got to get
quarantine.
it up. You got to get it up on Etsy, my love. We were so close to getting it up there.
I
You just
do.
got to get the weights done of everything
Oh
to
yeah,
put in
that's
there. That's
another
what
thing.
it
I need
was.
like a scale.
Yeah, you got to be able to weigh how much the stuff is so you know how to ship it. But
God, can you just read off these comments between Dr. Black and Thomas?
says laugh out loud on your play. I have a fat flap. Wow. All right. My rainbow flap brings the boys to the yard.
Dr. Black
Now,
will teach you, but he has
but he
to
has to
charge.
charge. This
Damn
is
right.
awesome. This is awesome. I love it.
Oh my God,
That is hilarious,
that's a
man.
great way to end it.
Oh, that is the best way to end it. You're right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out and listening to our UFO satellite and fish chat. And
And my giggles.
and your lovely giggles.
That's all I
I
bring to the
love
table.
hearing you so much, baby.
I love
But
you.
before we go, don't forget, guys, if you guys do want to be in the fantasy football fish league, that's got to be a better name.
Officially.
What should be the name of the league for the fish family here? You're good at coming up with names on the spot.
I need time though.
All right, we'll think of it. I need some things. But if you want to be
Fishy
in the fantasy
foosball.
fishy foosball,
Yeah.
maybe that'll be it. But if you want to be in the league, please email me at alienworldaquatics@gmail.com. If you're interested in joining, it will be a lot of fun. We do not have to do money if you don't want to. Put that in your email as well, whether you want to do money or no money.
Oh.
But it'll be
Sorry.
a lot of fun.
Sorry, Zinjin is a genius. She's
What'd
like,
she say?
Finn to see football. Hey.
Fantasy football. Oh, I like it. Oh, that might be
That's
it. I think
good.
that might be it.
That's pretty
That
fantastic.
might be it. That might be it. All right, I think Zen has figured
She's
out the
too good.
name for our fantasy league.
I
I
do
like
like
that.
Fish Family Fantasy Football. That's nice too.
I don't
But
know
yeah,
if it'll let me enter a name that big, but I like fantasy
I
football.
know that's
Oh
really cool.
man.
That's so cool.
Uh.
Zen is so quick.
Oh my goodness, there was more stuff though. Damn right I charge, but it's better than
Damn
yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. Mm.
it.
And also, I guess I would say if anybody uh, does think that I should maybe actually pursue making a community created fish tank, email me also so we can kind of get that going and maybe get some ideas of which fish tank I should do for that. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for making the uh, the technical issues work, my love. I know that can be frustrating sometimes.
Thank you for allowing me to join.
Of course, my love. All right, guys, have a great night. I'm not sure if anyone else is going on after me, but thank you so much for being here.
Oh wait, Danikin brought up a cool point. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my gosh,
That's a
that's a
cool
good
idea, right?
idea. That's a good idea. Don't play for money, play for fish.
Yeah, this could be a whole nother thing here.
But then, how does you know what? I
We
like
can
your
think about
idea.
it.
We might have to think about that and get the details worked out because not everyone has the same fish that they can enter in the pool. But I don't think anyone really cares.
Or it
Interesting.
could be like a certificate to like
Mm,
some place to get fish, you
ooh,
know?
I like that idea too. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, you just got Danikin. You got my. You know what? I gotta call you, man. I gotta call you
I
because we
gotta
gotta.
call you.
I gotta call you because we gotta talk about UFOs. Number one. And then we gotta talk about fantasy football. And yeah, man,
You talking.
that's good ideas, man. That's a smart dude. All right, guys, we will catch you guys later. Thank you for being here. Thank you, the Lucky Seahorse. Thank you, mods,
Thank
and
you
we will
guys.
see you together. What's today? Tuesday.
Together whenever.
We'll see you. We'll see you together on a live stream on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye guys.
Peace.